Welcome, everyone, to AI Sports Predictor, the one place where we don't just predict games, we rewrite the script on how you think about them. I'm Nadas, and today, we're talking high stakes, lockdown defenses, and a showdown that'll leave the scoreboard gasping for air. Saturday. Houston Cougars vs Texas Tech Red Raiders. Two teams that don't just play defense, they live it, breathe it, and smother their opponents with it. Forget the idea of a high-octane shootout. This game's going to be a defensive grind. The kind that makes coaches grin and bettors sweat. Let me give it to you straight, Houston's allergic to overs. They've hit it once in their last 5 games. Their season? 8-12 on the over. At home? 3-8. Yeah. You heard me. When Houston plays at home, overs are like unicorns. Rare, mythical, and probably not happening. And Texas Tech? 4-5 on the over in conference play. But here's the kicker, both teams love playing slow. Houston grinds games down to 66.2 possessions per game, ranking 350th in pace nationwide. At home, they're even slower. And Tech on the road? 66.6 possessions. This is going to be a slugfest at half speed, folks. But you didn't come here for the stats, did you? You came for the decision that makes or breaks your weekend. So, here it is, are you ready? Hold your breath. And today's AI pick is under 128.5. That's right. Expect grit. Expect a battle where every point feels like a knife fight. Defense will rule the night, and that scoreboard? It's moving slower than a sloth on sleeping pills. You want to get ahead of the sportsbooks? You're already here. Now buckle up, because we're moving on to Game 2.
North Carolina vs. Duke. This isn't just another game. It's a brawl. A battlefield. A night where tradition, rivalry, and raw energy clash in the unforgiving confines of Cameron Indoor Stadium. And trust me, it's going to be loud enough to shake the rafters off this place. The Tar Heels. Struggling. 13-9 on the season, 7th in the ACC, and lately, their offense on the road has been about as reliable as a broken clock. Just 6-3 points at NC State, 6-6 at Wake, and 6-5 at Pitt. Those numbers don't scream confidence. They scream, we're in trouble. UNC's got talent. RJ Davis set Trimble pulling down boards like a vacuum, but they've lost 3 of their last 4 and have been nothing but pain for bettors this season. Going 7-14 when ATS. On the flip side, we got Duke. The Blue Devils don't play basketball to impose their will. Ranked 1 in the nation, riding a 14-game win streak, and a team that plays defense like they're guarding Fort Knox. Cooper Flagg? The guy's a highlight reel. Scored 23 of his 28 in the second half against NC State, and he's one of 3 freshmen averaging double digits. Duke's defense allows just 59.5 points a game. That's suffocating. And here's the kicker: while North Carolina likes to push the pace at 71.8 possessions per game, Duke slows it to a crawl. Just 65.7 possessions per 40 minutes. That's like making a sprinter run through wet cement. So, what's the call? And today's AI pick is under 149.5. Duke's defense is too good. UNC's offense too shaky on the road. This game's gonna be a grind, not a fireworks show. Expect missed shots, tough boards, and a score that struggles to hit triple digits. Now buckle up onto Game 3.
Game 3, UConn vs Marquette. The Huskies are growling, but the Golden Eagles are soaring, and when those two collide, only one can rule the skies. Let's start with UConn. The Huskies entered the season with dreams of a three-peat. Right now, those dreams are clinging to life by a thread. 15-6 on the year, 7-3 in conference play, and a mixed bag of wins and losses. They've taken down powerhouses like Gonzaga and Baylor but stumbled against underwhelming teams like Xavier. On the road? Not exactly road warriors, just 4-2 in true road games and 2-2 in conference road play. And their leading scorer, Alex Caravan, ice cold. Single digits in 3 of his last 4 games. The injury to Liam McNeely has hurt them, but right now, UConn is battling inconsistency, and Marquette smells blood. Speaking of Marquette, they've been lethal. 18-3 on the season, 9-1 in conference play, and ranked 9th in the nation. Their only conference loss? You guessed it, Xavier. But aside from that anomaly, they've steamrolled opponents. At home, they're dominant, boasting an 11-1 record. Cam Jones has been the heart of this team, leading them with 18.6 points per game and dishing out 6.3 assists. He's Mr. Consistency, scoring between 16 to 19 points in 4 of his last 5 games. Marquette's defense is no joke either, allowing just 67 points per game. And here's the thing, UConn's offense has been shaky on the road. When you add Marquette's firepower and home court advantage, it's clear which way this game is tilting. And today's AI pick is Marquette, 6.5. UConn isn't ready for the Golden Eagles' intensity. Marquette's going to control the tempo, frustrate Caravan, and cover that spread like it's their job. On to Game 4.
Game 4, Texas A&M versus South Carolina. The SEC is about to witness a clash, but let's be real, this one's not winning any beauty pageants. What we have here is a team trying to stay consistent versus one desperately trying to stop the bleeding. Let's start with Texas A&M. They're ranked 13th, but they're not exactly coming in hot. They split their last 2 games with a narrow 1-point loss to Texas and an ugly win over Oklahoma. And when I say ugly, I mean it. They shot just 37.5% from the floor and an atrocious 4 for 24 from 3. But they won where it mattered in the boards. They completely dominated Oklahoma, grabbing 4 to 7 rebounds to the Sooners' 19. That's how you turn bad shooting into a win. The Aggies aren't pretty, but they're effective. Guards Jurek Phelps and Wade Taylor IV combined for nearly 30 points per game, and Farrell Payne is a beast inside, shooting 66% from the floor. They may not be flashy, but they can grind out wins. On the other hand, South Carolina is in free fall. They started the season strong, going 10-3, including a win over a ranked Clemson team. But then the SEC schedule hit them like a freight train. They've lost 8 straight conference games. Their offense, missing in action. Against Georgia, they went scoreless for over 6 minutes in the first half, letting the Bulldogs cruise to a 71-60 win. The Gamecocks are at home, but let's be honest, it doesn't mean much when you've forgotten how to win. So, what's the call? And today's AI pick is Texas A&M 5.5. The Aggies will outwork, out-rebound, and outlast South Carolina. The Gamecocks simply don't have the firepower to stop the slide. Texas A&M covers, and South Carolina's misery continues. On to Game 5.
Game 5, Arkansas vs. Kentucky. Calipari's return to Lexington, a hostile crowd, and 2 teams with something to prove. Arkansas, struggling. 6 losses in their last 7 SEC games. No Boogie Fland, he's out for the season. DJ Wagner and Adu Theoro will have to carry the load, but inconsistency has been their theme. Kentucky, they're 15-5 and fresh off a wild win over Tennessee, shooting 50% from 3. Otega Owe leads the charge, but Lamont Butler's likely absence from the lineup leaves their backcourt thinner than usual. Calipari knows this crowd will be on him, but he'll use that to rally his players. Can Arkansas take advantage of the chaos? And today's AI pick is Arkansas plus 9.5. Kentucky's injuries leave them vulnerable, and Arkansas should cover the spread in a battle that's bound to get messy. Now for the recap. Game 1, under 128.5. Game 2, under 149.5. Game 3, Marquette minus 6.5. Game 4, Texas A&M, minus 5.5. Game 5, Arkansas plus 9.55 picks. 5 chances to win. Don't miss out. Like, subscribe, and let's take this ride together.